Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Gladys from Gladys Creations Part 2. Welcome new subbies, old subbies, and new viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. You won't regret it. It is lots of fun in here. Like today, we're going to be doing crafting our way to Christmas. Yes, one more series, series number 9. And today I'm going to be crafting together with Lynn from Fidget DIY. She's an awesome creator. I love her spunk, her spirit. She's such a sweet person. Now her channel and her video link will be in the description box down below. Check her out. She's amazing. All right. So let's get on with our project. All right. Today we're going to be doing some more gingerbread themed things. And here I have these building blocks that I got from the thrift store. And I'm going to be gluing these blocks together like that. And I'm using my Type on Quick and Thick. Okay, and there I am. I'm showing you how I glue it together. And there we do that piece. Then we take those two skinny pieces, glue them together, and then glue it to that rectangle shape. Then we take that triangle and the other triangle and glue it on the side, the inner side and the bottom, and the same thing with the other side, and glue that to there. And then we're going to take these two longer, shorter pieces that are thinner, and we're going to put them there, and this triangle only put the glue in the middle. And there we go. We made a church. Isn't that cute? All right, so I'm going to set that to the side to dry, and then I take this little house that I got during Valentine's Day at Dollar Tree, okay? And I'm going to be taking that and painting the whole thing white, okay? And it's going to be with my normal white chalk paint. I'm just priming it right now. All right. Now, after I do that, I'm taking some lightweight spackle that I have, and I'm going to fill in some of the cracks so it's not so visible. I mean, you'll see them, but not as bad as if I didn't cover it, you know. I don't want you to see all the black lines on on the project. So there, I only fill it up to the top roof, and that's all I do. And then after that, I'm going to take my white chalk paint, paint it, and sand it down. Now, while that's drying, I take this mold, okay, and I'm going to make I think I'm going to start with the church doors. Yes. So I roll out a piece of clay to measure 1 inch thick and 4 inches tall, okay, and I cut it out straight on the sides, and then the top, I leave it a little bit rounded off, okay? And then the bottom is going to be a little bit squared, okay? Just like that. And then I take it and I'll lay it on there and I'll press it down so it gets the imprint of the wood, like if it was wood. And I do 2 of these, okay? And there, I'm making the second one. And these are going to be our church doors, okay? And then you'll see me that, I'm sorry for coughing. My allergies are acting up today. And you see one is a little bit bigger than the other, so I take it and make them even. And I'm sorry my hair keeps getting in the way. My hair is flowing in here. Goodness. So now I'm doing the door for the little house. So I just make that 2 inches tall and 2 inches wide. Okay. And then I imprint that there too. And then I'm going to set that to the side to dry, okay, and harden. And they dry and get hard enough for you to work with after like an hour or two. All right, so while that's drying, I take my polymer clay, okay, and polymer clay is really hard to work with, but some of it is softer and some of it is really hard. This one that I got here is really, really hard, the red and the white. But I make it work. I add a little water and massage it. Now, that little mechanism you see there is called an extruder. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed in the white clay into that. Okay. And I'm showing you how I put it together. And then you spin that little pole at the end. And then I saw that it was too thick. I didn't like the thickness, so I'm changing the bottom part. So I pull out the extruder and do it over again and change the tip. And there, I left that in. I thought I took it out, but I didn't. I'm sorry about that. But there I go. I'm extruding it, and that is the right thickness right there. I'm going to make that 12 inches long. Okay, and then I cut it. And then I do the same thing for the other door. So the other one is going to be 6 inches long. Then I take out the white the white clay, which I should have left it in because I knew I was going to do windows, but I leave that in there too. So what I do is I set them to the side and then I put in the red after I cleaned everything out. I cleaned out all the white clay that was in there on all the pieces. And then once again, I load it up with the red. And then what I do is I spin it until it starts coming out. And then I make that one, I make it 12 inches long. And then I cut it. Then I make another one at 6 inches long for the other door. Then you see me here, I take the two and I twist them together. And that's for that door. You see how I did that? Okay. And then I'm twisting the red and the white again for the church door frame. Okay. They're going to be candy canes. Okay, and that's how I twist them and turn them. And then I measure it so the opening is about the same. I do the opening for the church doors 2.5 inches wide and then 2.25 wide for the house door. And then I set that onto some parchment paper. See how I did it? Then I check the opening and then I lay it out. All right, now I'm going to make some windows. So I do the same thing. And this one is for the house. And then the other one is going to be for the church window. Now the church window, I don't make an inner frame. I make only an inner frame for the house door, the house window, I'm sorry. Because the church one, I'm going to do it a little bit different. So they're not the same, okay? So I take the white clay and here I am filling in the machine again. The mechanism, I'm sorry. And then I screw it down. And there goes the white. It should be coming out any second. There it goes. And I measure that out. And I didn't really measure what they were, what the sizes were. I just did them by eye. Now here I do like a dome kind of feeling, like that, a dome rectangle, let's say. And then here I make it a little dome, and then I take the white and I twist it and make the candy cane strip, and then I make the X and add it to the window. Okay. Now, I'm going to put all this stuff away because we're going to be working with another clay, another polymer clay that I have that's a little bit softer than these. Those I got at Hobby Lobby. Now, these other I got in a little box kit, and they're so much softer. The only thing I don't like about these is that when you work with them, your hands, the color the color pigments come out on your hands, so you gotta like clean your hands after every time you change colors. Okay, so here you see I have red, yellow, blue, pink, purple, and a lighter green, and I also have a darker green. Now, the darker green, I'm going to make big gumdrops. And then the other colors, I'm making tiny gumdrops. And I'm making 4 of each color. And I know I don't end up using all of them. I think there's only one that I don't use, or two. I don't recall. All right. And there they are. Those are all the gumdrops. And then the dark green, I make bigger size gumdrops because those are going to be like bushes, and they're going to go in front of the church. And I make 5 of those. Okay. Now, I had an unfortunate event. In that video clipping that I just showed you, everything got burnt when I cooked it, when I baked it. All right. And it's because I had some bad news that came in when I was baking it, and I completely forgot that they were baking, and they stayed in there too long. But I will fix them all. Okay. As you see here, I'm taking the little gumdrops and I'm using Sparkle Mod Podge, covering it with that, and then going through it with diamond dust and rolling them in the diamond dust. I don't show you the whole thing. Now here I'm taking my Type On Quick and Thick, and I'm going over the roof, the edge of the chimney of the house, and I'm taking my foam clay and I'm making snow. Yep. And it's better than doing the puff paint because puff paint takes forever to dry, and this dries within an hour. Everything was done. Um, I then after I apply it and put it on, I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna cover it with the Mod Podge. I'm gonna do a thick coat of the Mod Podge Sparkle, so it has some glitter to it. And then I'm taking the diamond dust again, and I'm sprinkling it over the top. And be careful with that diamond dust when you touch it, because remember, it's crushed glass. I do it, but I'm taking a chance of my fingers getting, cut up. Okay, so try not to do that. If try to sprinkle it on, don't grab it. Okay. Then I take white chalk paint, and I just do these little squiggly lines like that. And then I started with the Type On, but then I ended up using the glue gun because I had to do this video quick because I lost a lot of time when I had the little bad phone call that I had. All right. And so I'm using the hot glue gun to attach all the gumdrops to the squiggly lines on the top of the house. Okay. Then I take my heat gun and I melt all the little hairs down, the glue hairs, because they were everywhere. Then I glue on my door. Then I take nutmeg brown and I paint that, okay, the door. And I don't show you me painting it all, but I did 3 coats of that. Then I glued on my frame door and I glued on the window, okay? Then I take the rest of the little gumdrops and I put them along the bottom of the house, just like so. Then I take my white chalk paint and then I start just doing a couple little doodles with little hearts and stuff all around the side like that, as you see. Then I put my little gumdrop came up. I had to glue it back on. I put my hand on it. Then the parts that got burned, remember I said I'll fix them? Look at that. White paint. Fix it all. See, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, that just because something got messed up doesn't mean that you can't fix it. Okay, there's always a fix when you're crafting. Now here I'm doing the church. I did a cross, and I didn't do that on camera, and I'm sorry about that. Then I took my doors and my church doors, and you see, look at, oh my God, look at how that burned. Oh my goodness. So then I took it and I glued the frame around the door. Then I glued the window. Goodness, I didn't realize how much that burned. And then I take these candy canes that I had pre-made before, and I'm going to glue them on to the side like that. And then I'm taking my green gumdrops and gluing them all around the bottom. And then I have that extra little gumdrop, and I glue that in there too. So both sides have 3 green gumdrops. There. All right. Now I do the doodles, fix all the stuff off camera, the parts that got burned. And I did a little bit of doodles. Now I'm taking my type on and I'm doing the roof on here. And I'm also using the foam clay and just applying it like that. Look how smooth that looks. And it looks so pretty. I think it looks better than the puff paint, for real. It looks like real snow. Okay, so we're putting that on, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to take the sparkle Mod Podge and do a heavy coat on it, and then sprinkle the diamond dust on it, which is crushed glass. And you'll see me do that here right about now. Yep, there you go. I got the diamond dust. And there I'm putting the Mod Podge. And you see it, I'm putting a nice thick, generous amount. You want to put a nice thick, generous amount because so the diamond dust sticks, okay? And there I tilt it to the side. And I sprinkled it there. And I sprinkled it there. And there you go. Now I put some of the Mod Podge sparkle on the cross, on the bottom of the door. Then I take my puff paint. I do use puff paint to fill in the window with the puff paint and put diamond dust on there. And there, we're at the final review. It's all done. Oh my God, wasn't that fun and quick? It wasn't that quick. It took me a whole day to do these. But look at that. Aren't they adorable? They're so cute. And I am showing you pictures because there's going to be a whole setting to this on my final series, on series 10, which is going to be coming out for December 13th. It's going to be a open playlist. So you're going to have the crafters that crafted beforehand and some new people that are going to be joining, okay? Now, my next video comes out on Monday. It's just your imagination, well, just our imagination challenge, and I'm the guest host on there. So come and see me. It will be Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget to go down in the description box below and go check Lynn out, okay? She's an amazing crafter and she's so sweet and kind. And I love to watch her craft because she does some amazing work, okay? So, hope to see you on Monday. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. It's all for free. And also, do the same for Lynn. Like, share, and comment and subscribe with her also. And I'll see you on Monday. Stay blessed, my friends. Bye-bye.